Oh my gosh, welcome. Just thank you for being here to the Confused Breakfast.
Are you ready to cry?
Are you ready to cry? The podcast where we hit pause on the chaos of today and rewind to a simpler time when it wasn't about convenience. It was about the experience, dude. Remember the magic of a Friday night trip to the video rental store?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Wandering the aisles and making the big decision of what movie was coming home with you to eventually get late fees on, and then you'll never return. We're all part of the last generation that knows the joy of the search, the snap of the plastic clamshell, and we're here to revisit the movies that shaped us and defined our childhoods. My name is Mike Schulte. Joining me, as always, two dudes with stars on their punch cards. Sean Pryor and AJ Vance, how the heck are you?
Should be a good thing, right? Every time I was in school, that meant you were doing good.
No.
It doesn't mean good.
It doesn't mean
No,
good?
it means you're a delinquent, bro.
A delinquent.
Yeah.
Delinquent.
Much like my funds.
Well, just like in high school, I still don't know what that means.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it can't be what I don't know. So
Actually,
That's how it
them
goes.
punching into those time cards reminded me of punching into time cards. I haven't done that in 20 years,
No.
but like I would always forget.
oh yeah.
And it would go both ways. I'd forget to punch out, but the worst was forgetting to punch in.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
30 minutes
Yeah.
on the job going, fuck, I just
Son
wasted
of
all
a-
that. There's $2 I didn't make there.
yep.
Because you didn't make much money.
Oh, yeah, you're right. McDonald's.
Minimum
yeah.
wage is still $7.25.
Not when I was doing minimum wage.
Well, it was $5.15.
I think it was like it was like $5.25.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Working off tips at McDonald's.
Working off tits.
Well, boys, on today's episode, we discuss a movie that was nominated for 2 Razzie Awards. This movie was one of many movies that ruined the reputations of truckers nationwide and made us all afraid of semis. And this movie helped The Evil Dead become a franchise?
Yeah, dude.
You hear about that? The first and only movie directed by Steve King, not the psychopath politician from Iowa, the legendary king of horror himself.
Steve N.
Get Steve in, King, not Steve King. We're, of course, talking about 1986's Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah!
Well,
Get it
damn
into your
Daddy.
bones, man.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And not the King
it's time
Steven
for another
Seagal.
nostalgic journey to the past with the Confused Breakfast. Sit back, relax, and enjoy wherever you are in the world. Take it away, boys.
Well, if you are new to the podcast, you've come in at a great time because we're going to be reviewing the movie Maximum Overdrive, scene by scene with a modern eye. We should mention that I guess we're calling this Make You Cry July.
Make you cry July.
5 straight movies of just absolute terribleness that is going to be so joyous on your soul because these are true, so bad they're good or fun movies is really what we're dealing with.
These
here.
movies make you feel like you're Sudson.
Yes.
Is what I said earlier.
Ah.
And Sudson is you're hungover, but everything's funny.
And and then everything's so funny that you cry.
Yes.
So yeah, and cry rhymes with July, so it's one of those things.
It's kinda
where we
fun. It's just kinda
it's
fun.
just kind of fun to say. It rolls off the tongue. You know what I
Fun
mean?
play on words.
It really
you
is.
know? Yeah. Emotion, time framing. We're good at this, guys. We're
Well,
good at this.
here we are though. We got to talk about this movie first with pure nostalgia. I'm going to save Sean on this one.
Okay.
I'm going to AJ. AJ, first time you saw Maximum Overdrive, tell me what your thoughts were and what your rating was nostalgically only.
Well, I'm gonna steal some jokes we said before this episode. It's like just TNT. I feel like, and I think Brian mentioned TBS. It was in syndication on some of these where they know drama and they know funny, and they're also. We have high octane. It's just like
This has got pure octane in it?
the
We'll show
commercial. We'll show that shit.
Oh, we'll fucking show it, dude.
Oh, you just dare us to. It was definitely like I almost remembered the commercials more than I remembered. Like,
The trailer for this movie.
oh, dude,
Holy shit. We'll talk about it.
it's like watching like the TV commercials even for it of like, oh, we're Maximum Overdrive and Jaws 3. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of crap that they were doing. But I remember it as a kid terrifying me. The thought of it was like very scary to me. Felt very very apocalyptic to me. So I liked that aspect. Otherwise, some of this other stuff, the idea of like people getting like hit by cars always terrified me. Thought that was going to be a much bigger problem in my life.
Still could be.
So you never know. So yeah, nostalgically, I am just going to give this, guys, a 5.1.
5.1 nostalgically for AJ. Myself will go next. And what I will tell you about myself is that we've done 223 movies. Now, this is our 223rd full-blown movie review.
I see you have your calculator.
I have
pulled
a
up.
calculator, yeah. This will be the 47th one that I have never seen.
Okay.
That is 1 out of every 5 movies that we have done as a movie podcast. Supposed to be awesome. Like, here we go. We know things about movies.
We know movies.
I don't. But I think it's an interesting perspective because watching movies for the first time is a beautiful thing.
100%.
And I got to do that on this.
Yeah.
And
47 times.
I will I will tell you all about it after the fact, but no way. Too spooky for me. Stupid name. Dumb truck. Don't want anything to do with it.
Dumb
truck. I want nothing. That is not my Emilio. Okay, you guys.
is not.
I don't want anything to do with this movie. I will watch anything else. I just avoided this at all costs until we decided we would do it on this movie.
You
so,
weren't like, Emilio!
no.
Yeah.
I was like,
Emilio, go.
Gordon.
Away.
Go.
Yeah. So I'm a big NA. Sean, what about you? I know you probably never seen this one before.
No, I
This
haven't.
was your choice for Make You Cry July.
So we had to do this movie. Yeah, man. This is, I mean, well, I will say, like, you're in the best position of all three of us,
Yes,
having
I
not
am.
seen these movies. This is a cool thing. Watching movies for the first time is awesome, and I'm glad we're doing this one. I was discussing with my dad over the weekend that when he showed me Creepshow, I think it was with a double feature of this as well. And I remember, if you guys remember me talking about Creepshow, I remember telling you that the scene where Adrian Barbeau gets shot in the head, didn't know movies could do that. I'm like, why are they laughing? What's going on? And in this movie as well, there was just like AC/DC over like kids getting killed. What the fuck is going on?
Right.
Like it freaked me out and left an impression. This much like Red Dawn, where that kid's hanging out the window when they first attacked the school. That lady hanging out the window when the kid's going down the street stuck with me forever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was entertained, I guess. It was a good night. I'll go 5. Let's go 5.
Just a straight up 5. That's going to be a 5.05 for the group nostalgically. Not too great, or whatever I say. We do, interestingly enough, think this is better than The Evil Dead and Aliens, but we do think that Bad Boys and 51st Dates are better than this,
100%.
nostalgically,
Yeah.
as kids.
Of course.
But now we're adults, so nostalgia doesn't matter. In fact, it ruins adulthood because you're like, remember when times were good? But now I got these bills. So now all we're going to talk about.
I got these bills, man.
I got these bills and kids.
Dang it.
I got to go on Sunday to record stupid podcasts of movies I've never seen. But we're going to talk about it strictly for modern day here, Sean. So tell us the important details of the movie that we need to know to get into the scene-by-scene breakdown that you probably won't like because it's not an actual recap of the movie.
Yeah. This was produced by Martha and Dino De Laurentiis. Edited by Evan Lotman. Cinematography by Armando Annuzzi. He did The Damned, Silver Bullet, another Stephen King outing.
Damn, Silver
And
Bullet.
Frankenstein Unbound. Porno. I don't know.
That sounds like a porno.
And I've been waiting a long time to say this. Music by AC/DC.
Hey.
Oh.
I feel like this is just the reason we did the movie.
I think prediction: if there was no AC/DC and no Green Goblin truck, I don't think anyone would have seen this movie.
We played a show last night, and on the marquee, like it said the date of later, and it was an AC/DC tribute band, and it was Angus Scrim or like Angus Khan was the band name.
Angus
made me very
Khan.
happy.
Hell yeah.
Written and directed by Stephen King. Cast: Emilio Estevez, Pat Hingle, Laura Harrington, Yardley Smith, John Short, Ellen McElduff, J.C. Quinn, Christopher Murney, Holter Graham, Leon Rippey, Giancarlo Esposito is in this, and Frankie Faison.
What?
Originally, Stephen King had a 3-picture deal with MGM, and the producer wanted to make another movie like Cat's Eye, which was an anthology film consisting of King's stories. Disagreements were had between King and MGM, so the deal was so the deal was sold to Dino De Laurentiis. When Dino read the script for Maximum Overdrive, he saw there were directing notes and shot lists involved that Stephen King had done. So Dino just asked King if he wanted to direct it and sniffed a giant line of coke and agreed.
Perfect.
For the
Actually,
Joel Silver.
Did you read? There's apparently a publication called Fat Guys at the Movies, and in their review of it, it fits in perfectly with what you just said. The guy said that someone once told me Stephen King didn't direct this movie. Cocaine directed this movie.
100%.
And it shows. And it's like so perfect that your line came in just like that.
For the lead role of Bill Robinson, King sniffed a huge line of coke and told Dino he wanted to cast Bruce Springsteen.
I like where this is going.
Let's get Bruce.
Let's get the boss.
How about the boss?
Fuck, I love the boss.
Dino
dude.
had no interest in making Springsteen a movie star, so he told King to cast a name instead. Emilio Estevez was just coming off his hits like The Breakfast Club and St. Elmo's Fire and was obviously a rising star. Estevez took the role because he wanted to do more action-oriented film
And he was promised cocaine.
and promised cocaine and modeled his character after Clint Eastwood starring westerns when he was doing westerns. The film was shot where it was set in Wilmington, North Carolina.
It was shot where it was set.
Yeah, well,
They filmed the movie where the set was.
where the setting was, because it shows in Wilmington, North Carolina.
It was set where it was shot.
They filmed it where the actors were standing.
It's funny how they direct him to be at a place, and that's where it's set.
Pretty
They were directed to arrive so they could be.
It was shot in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
And shooting was a bit tumultuous, mainly for the fact that Stephen King was first-time director and on so much coke. Knowing this, producer Dino hired an experienced cinematographer to assist King, and even made a deal with King that if things did not go well, that he would hand Dino the directing duties. It is said by
He
King.
never did?
No, he never had to step in.
No.
It never got too out of control.
Okay, got you.
Okay. It is said by King himself that he was out of his mind on drugs while making the film. However, cast and crew didn't ever see him use drugs, but witnessed King on most days on his 10th beer by 8 a.m.
I like how he's like, well, they never saw me sniff the cocaine. Like that makes it better.
Yeah.
No, we just did it in trailers.
Yeah.
Or in
They
trucks.
never knew because they didn't see it go in my nose.
Yeah.
Fucking Stephen King is sitting there saying, well, they never saw me do it on set. And it's like, this is Stephen King not being seen on set. It's just
Covers his face with a piece of paper. No one saw.
So,
That's like, I was an alcoholic for the entire 18 years of my kid growing up, but they never saw me drink the vodka. It was always in a metal cup.
yeah, it ruined my
saw it.
life. Yeah, the effects were had, but Jesus Christ, no one saw me do
They
it.
didn't see me drink it.
During downtime, King would have fun with the cast and crew, even racing around golf carts and renting out a theater to screen Godzilla and Night of the Living Dead, where he would provide the snacks and drinks and cocaine, I imagine.
Are you past the Coke? No, not that one.
No. No, the bump, not the 24-ouncer.
Well,
Maximum Overdrive was released on July 25th, 1986, and on a budget of $9 million. The film only made $7.4 million at the box office, and Stephen King would never direct another film again.
what an idiot. All right, AJ, let's do the research that you did. Let's take credit for it and learn about fans and critics' ratings and reviews. What do you got, man?
I love it. How about this? You know what? I always have to wipe everybody's ass around here. That's the tomato meter.
Tomato meter.
I'm
Yeah,
just going to stop it.
Thanks. The tomato meter has to wipe everybody's ass.
It's sort of
around
an
here. Kinda
applause on
weird
like how good
thing
your
and,
thing was.
Yeah.
If it
was
doesn't play all the way through,
short.
it's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
It sucked.
Much like this movie, 14%. Splurg!
Dude, 14% of all the movies we've done, 223 of them, that is fifth from the bottom. Worse than Surf Ninjas, but better than Biodome, per the critics.
Wow.
It's what they feel about this.
Interesting.
Yeah. 50% at the popcorn meter. There's a bucket of spilled popcorn next to that score. Ugh. And 5.4 on IMDb.
Tied with Batman Forever in the bottom 10 of
Whoa.
any movie we've done.
Well,
Batman Forever's down there, huh?
The fans didn't like it, bro.
Bill Cosford at the Miami Herald said Maximum Overdrive is the classic botch. Good idea, nice effects, bad pacing, Paris script, no punch, too bad. As usual, the premise has promise.
Okay.
And that's it. How about that was the highest one at 50 out of 100, FYI.
Gotcha.
That I could find.
Gotcha.
Just go downhill from here, baby.
Let's just go on down. Rick Kogan at the Chicago Tribune. They couldn't even. Gene Siskel didn't have time for this. They were like, "Give it to Kogan. I don't give a shit about this movie."
Get our typist to do it. I don't know.
He's not even a critic there, right? Gene. He just said a mess of a movie, a no-chills nightmare about what happens to a group of rubes at a Carolina truck stop when the machines go nuts. That's it.
See, it was set in Wilmington, North Carolina. So that's like, but it was also shot there, like in that town.
Both.
So it was
They
set.
did both
It was set where it was shot.
Yep, and it was shot where it was
See where you're going there, buddy.
Yeah. Wilmington.
TV Guide said Maximum Overdrive doesn't work on any level. As a comedy, it's obvious and asinine. As a horror film, it's simply not scary. And as an action film, it's a bore. Respect. How about this? So now, I've got these in kind of an interesting order, so I'll try to make them fairly quick. So this is a 3 out of 10. If you like special effects, don't see this one, said Capella. Stephen King's Maximum Overdrive has been written and directed by Stephen King himself, but I think he could better stay off this movie. It is very boring. Nothing is happening here. Just some cars that are moving. So if you like special effects, don't see this one. Then the next one says, if you like low-budget horror movies, see this. Saw Maximum Overdrive 3 times. Every time I saw it, I really liked it. In spite of lack of originality, shortage of logic in the plot, and love scenes in it. Somehow, the film can be compared to Steven Spielberg's Duel, where a man resisted abstracted evil. In Maximum Overdrive, this theme has an aim to make people laugh. On the other side of humor in Maximum Overdrive is not so brightly outlined as in Tremors. Stole my line. Nevertheless, it's a good movie, and everyone who likes independent horror films will appreciate it. Great. The next one, Steven, stay out of the director's chair. And then this one says, it's a 6 out of 10, says, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Mostly it's just a 6 out of 10. I'm not going to read this whole one. It's just saying if you want fun, campy movie that doesn't take itself too seriously, then rent it. But so 6 out of 10. It's not that bad. Then the next one was, yeah, it was that bad. But he says, okay, so this movie was bad. Special effects were far from special, and the characters were thin. On the other hand, as a time-killing, mind-numbing, waste an hour and a half fluff film, it excels. Rent it only if you have a freebie from the video store. Fair enough.
Okay.
So, there it is. How about the Little Lebowski Urban Achievers?
Fantastic.
Those guys know what they're talking about here. Let's jump on over.
And that's where you could go to Patreon to get exclusive access to our Discord and everything like that, right?
Please and thank you,
Okay.
Sean. Indeed. So guys, we got a couple folks in there. Derek for real just simply shouted out, "We made you."
We made
you. Derek for real also went on to say, "This is my first Stephen King movie I'd ever seen.
Oh no.
I watched it on TNT's Monster Vision in my buddy's basement." See, TNT, thank you. Yes. I found out later that King himself directed it and handpicked the AC/DC soundtrack himself. A great first film, in my opinion. It starts strong and just gets more ridiculous and somehow creepier as it goes on. Everyone in this film fits the tone well, slightly over the top. Could have done without Lisa Simpson, though. So, you're right. And we've got, that's a nostalgic 8.5.
8.5?
Nice. For real. So, we'll get to it.
Well, my friends, you're driving in your car listening to your favorite podcast, The Confused Breakfast. That's us. You're driving along. Turns out you're low on gas, so you coast on into the Dixie Boy truck stop for a cold soda and a pack of smokes. Across the parking lot, you see us, your favorite podcast host, running from sea bass after accidentally stumbling into his For Manly Love bathroom stall. Welcome to the cinematic demolition derby where lawnmowers go full slasher, soda machines launch deadly fastballs, and AC/DC cranks Who Made Who loud enough to make your fillings vibrate. It's Stephen King's one and only time in the director chair, and buddy, it shows. You've already hit play, so there's no going back now. Keep your head on a swivel and stay clear of any rogue jukeboxes. Crank the volume. Here we go.
Who made who? You made who? Yeah.
That's what I'll insert there.
Okay.
On the audio, you'll hear the actual, yeah.
Maximum overcooked.
I don't think you need it. Yeah.
Let's go.
So scene 1, on June 19th, 1987, Earth enters the tail of a rogue comet and machines begin to come to life. In Wilmington, North Carolina, a drawbridge lifts unexpectedly, killing several motorists. At the Dixie Boy truck stop, ex-con Bill Robinson works under the thumb of his shady boss, Hendershot. Meanwhile, a Happy Toys semi-truck with a giant green goblin face arrives at the truck stop. One mechanic is sprayed in his eyes with diesel, and a thief is electrocuted in the game room.
So it starts off with the title of a film by Stephen King, and you're just like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck could this be?
What could this possibly be?
Oh, Stephen King.
Oh, there's Stephen King.
Well, and it's like
He just makes appearance like he's the first person
right
you see
off
in his
the screen.
movie.
Well, we got
Here I
to
am.
talk about the trailer though.
Sure, yes.
Because dude, this is the worst. Did you see it?
I saw parts of it, I think.
This is the worst movie trailer ever.
I'm going to scare the hell out of you. Dude.
It's Stephen King like on screen being like, "Hi, I'm Stephen King. I made this movie and it's really good. I think you should watch it."
People have made movies about my stuff, and they just haven't been that great, so I figured I'd take a crack at it.
So do you mean to tell me that he's Greg Marcusing his own film?
100%. While with Halloween 3 music.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's wild, man. But it's like, again, I'm never seeing it. I don't know. I actually don't really know what this movie's about going into it. I didn't care enough.
The trailer, if the movie didn't have any indication of it, the trailer is just pure coke. That's all it is.
He had just finished this movie coked up, and they're like, "We need a trailer." He's like, "I got the idea." Like, I mean, he just went right into it and did it. But dude, that opening dialogue says that at 9:47 a.m. they entered the tail of the comet.
Very specific.
And then it shows 9:48 on the billboard. Fuck you. And I'm like, this is awesome. This is so awesome. That Stephen King says, "You're an asshole." I'm like, this, what is going on?
This machine just called me an asshole.
Honey.
Dude.
Come on here. It just Stephen King. You get it. He flips up his glasses. At first, I was like, "Wait a second, is that Stephen King?" And then he flips up his glasses, like, "Oh, it's Stephen King for sure."
The first person
And
we're seeing.
the first person we see on screen in a Stephen King movie, and written and directed. Of course, why not? Just put yourself first and foremost.
Based off a story, Trucks by Stephen King.
By Stephen King. And I love I love how specific the introduction writing is, though, for some reason. I don't know why I love that so much at 9:47 p.m. And it's like, and then
for
at the end,
8 days, 17 hours.
17 hours. It's like 26 minutes and 47 seconds.
And that
It's just
never
like-
comes into play ever again.
Yeah.
It does not matter how
Yeah.
long that was.
You're just like, all right. It's like, why did it get so specific? I don't know, man. I just felt like it should be fucking specific. I just wanted to be specific. I didn't want people asking questions, I don't want anybody asking me questions.
I wanted to be scared right from the
yeah,
back.
yeah.
the first thing you're going to see on a movie that I direct is my writing. So I'll just show that on screen.
And then you're going to see me. And
Don't worry. I'll be gone. And to be honest, man, like this opening is pretty intense and actually kind of impressive.
The drawbridge shit.
The everything. This whole opening is really cool.
it feels very what is it? They live.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feels very much like that. Like when you have just like an ominous presence that you're not really sure about, and like the idea there is something very, very like like strange, off-putting. Like, think if you did see that, and I know it's funny,
Yeah.
but at the same time, what if you did just start seeing just "fuck you" up on a bank
pretty
thing?
awesome.
It's like you get the.
I'm gonna write this bank a negative review because
Yeah.
my kid was in the car.
That's what would happen nowadays, and it'd be it's like we didn't do that.
It's the aliens.
Somehow the phone or computer just grows an arm and punches the lady with the bad review.
Exactly.
Because that's as logical as a lot of things that happen in this.
Yeah, not much really makes sense as you start going into this, guys.
But it's super unsettling. It's just kind of a fun thing of like, wow, like if you actually saw that, you'd be creeped out. Like
Of
I
course.
think I would be really creeped out.
I know what you mean, and I think They Live is an apt comparison because I would say that if there was a coach coaching Stephen King on set how to direct, it would probably be John Carpenter. Because a lot of it feels a little like They
Yeah.
Live, John Carpenter-ish. Just the style of direction and even the look. Maybe this cinematographer worked with John Carpenter. I'm not too sure, but it looks a little familiar to John
Right.
Carpenter movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this whole drawbridge thing is really cool and like very Final Destination, obviously. But I'm gonna have to go prop.
Oh, already, huh? Mm-hmm.
Well,
Here's a prop.
AC/DC van.
You can't have the van, dude.
You got a Harrier.
I did take a Harrier
You did
jet,
take
so
a
I
Harrier.
don't really know what I'm talking about at this point. Ah, man, that's a pretty cool one, dude.
I know.
I want Emilio's time card. Then
Nice.
I want it on the wall. The one he went and stamped and said, "My time card. I want it."
I mean, with my cars, will obviously carpool to the studio, and I'll get you guys in them.
In an AC/DC van.
Yeah.
It's so sick.
Dude.
I know they asked him if they wanted to be in it, and they were like, "Nah,
No.
it's good enough, man. We're gonna write one song for your movie, and then you can just have the rest."
It's
and-
really cool, though. I don't think there's any other movie where they are like specifically music by AC/DC.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and they did it for Stephen King because he's such a huge fan.
And then they saw the movie. They're like, "Well, whoa,
I want the keys to the Goblin truck.
cool."
Okay.
Faison's keys. Frankie
Yeah.
Faison's keys. That's
Hell
what I
yeah.
want.
I did think drawbridges were going to be more of a big problem in
Yep.
life, though.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's not even after seeing this movie. That's just being in Florida and just being like, at any point, the green lights were still on and the gates weren't down. Like, I love how they're like, it's impossible because the light's still green. You're like, really? That's the one controller of this drawbridge? Like,
The green light.
and when it turns red, that's when the drawbridge gets the power to
It
go
was
up.
green. I saw the bridge was halfway up, but it's still green. What am I supposed to do?
I don't know what to do. It looks like it looks like it's up, but I mean every other time it's been lower than this.
I don't know.
Maybe it's okay.
There ain't even a boat going by. This is
Yeah.
fine. We're fine.
Except for that one speedboat goes flying by right as a car's about to drop.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
pretty intense scene, man. The chick's flying out of the windshield. Like, this is brutal.
Yeah.
I do have to make mention though. We start getting a lot of just like you start getting a lot of those like people are screaming. That motorcyclist goes over. You see the AC/DC fan, and we noticed that we heard that AC/DC didn't really want to be in it. But it is a massive missed opportunity to not have every single scream overdubbed by Brian Johnson in this movie.
As like a Wilhelm.
It almost sounds like that when it's the
Oh, yeah.
like it almost sounds like Brian Johnson.
Just, it's like if Bon Scott was still alive, it would just be like
Did you catch when the motorcyclist fell? It was like,
Yeah.
because he had a helmet on. That's a good touch.
that's a
man.
nice little touch.
Good
Yeah.
detail. That's as good as detail as 6:47 a.m.
It's about as good of a detail as we're gonna get.
As we get in
thing,
this
man.
movie, they're like, you can tell he really came out of the gate shooting here. Yeah, and you got it. And he really came out of the gate, and it's just like as the movie goes on, he just kind of got lazier with it. He's like, no. He's got a motorcycle helmet on, so you need to muffle that noise. And then like later on, it's gonna be like, hey, what's the dead guy sound like in the gutter? He's just like, I don't fucking care.
like a demon, whatever.
Just let him go. Here, have some of this.
He was actually screaming for help. It's like
Too much. It's too much. What do we think about the Green Goblin truck?
It's a pretty iconic like presence or like representation of what's happening.
Yeah.
It's like it's so iconic to the point that like we were talking a little bit before the episode, just saying like even not really watching the movie much, you recognize
what this was.
right off the bat.
Was this a toy? Like, could you buy this back in the
I
day?
imagine maybe.
You had to have been able to buy it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Even though it was an R-rated movie, they're like, "What's that from?" I don't know. My parents won't let me watch it, but
It's cool.
it's a cool toy.
It's cool looking.
it's cool, and it's just like, but at this, and it's terrifying at the same time because I don't know, like,
I already am scared of trucks,
yeah,
and now you're putting a giant green mask on the front of it, and you're blacking the truck out.
yep,
Frightening.
For no reason.
And it's actually kind of annoying that this truck would have that on there. It's like I'm sure someone then tried to do something like this after this happened, like a trucker did. It'd be like putting a spoiler on a Toyota Tercel or like hanging the balls from the back of a truck. Like, it's like, you look like an idiot.
you look like an idiot. Yeah,
Trucker's like, look at my truck. He even asked him, like, what do you think? The guy's kind of like, it's okay.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. No,
That's cool,
no,
I guess.
that's great.
Good gas mileage because
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like it's aerodynamic.
Aerodynamic,
Yeah, aerodynamically speaking, I don't.
You hit one deer, that face is going to be fucked up,
Yeah.
Brent.
I mean, yeah. That's all you do is drive. You're a truck driver.
You're a truck driver. You understand that?
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I think
You're
it's
killing your gas.
It's real cool, and it's very Coke of Stephen King to do this, like to just ask the prop department and be like, just put a giant Green Goblin face on this truck, and that's our main baddie, pretty much. I do like that the main baddie is representative, like you're saying, AJ,
Yeah.
of this Green Goblin truck. Like he's calling all the shots, he or she.
Yeah.
So that's where I want to dive into. Like, the first time I watched this, I was like, this is awesome. The second time I went, wait a minute. Like, so like, why? There's so much contradiction here. Like, these machines are being mean, like being mean with verbal things that they're saying on the screens. But then, like, some cars are not affected.
Right.
Like, couldn't the pumps have run themselves? You know, because that's like electronic. Then they're kind of saying that like like they're saying things with motors are the only things that do it. But then there's like things that are clocks are plugged in.
The electric knife.
Like there's never a thing that's like, well, only things with motors are the things that can be controlled. It's just sort of everything.
Yeah.
They're implying that like a Sony Walkman somehow did it. And that's not plugged in.
Bleeding ears.
That's not plugged into the wall. So is it just things with like circuitry in it? And then you start to think that like these machines, there's parts where like they growl. The
Yes.
trucks like growl.
Yes.
So I'd like to propose that it's not a force taking over things. It's actually invisible aliens that are actually operating the things. Like the aliens were actually in the trucks driving them.
Yeah.
Or they were pushing the lawnmowers. Or they were like up in the room of the girl with the hairdryer and like strangling her with it. You know, because how else would a hairdryer kill a lady?
An alien was on the back of that M60 machine gun.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, if you think about it from that perspective, it makes a lot more sense. And there's only so many of them, which is why some of the cars weren't working. They're like, I'm not driving that car. I want to drive this big ass truck.
Yeah.
Like, no, come on, Zyle, you got to drive the big truck.
I love it.
It's the only
I'm
way I
okay
can
with
picture
that.
it.
I am
man.
okay with that.
That means like sometimes, especially with like the electric knife or like even
There was a guy standing there.
Esposito or Giancarlo Esposito
Yeah.
at the arcade. He just like poured water on the
Yes.
thing or something, make them electrocute. And then he just like an alien just came in, like let's say Zeke, just came in and like took the knife real quick and just like and then like ran off.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And then, of course, since there's only so many of them, then he went and jumped in the Green Goblin truck.
Yes.
Because he's like, I got to do this too. But first I wanted to...
I just want to see what it would do.
And they're like they're from the planet Gas Guzzle.
Yeah.
Guzzle.
Guzzle.
And that's why they're here on Earth. Is because they want gas.
They want gas.
They want that oil.
Oh.
Give me that good shit, man.
Emilio Estevez gets introduced here, and he's like, "You want me to clock in for 8 hours but work for 9? Yeah, you're a convict. Oh man, the plight of our main character. It's like these kind of normal like blue collar issues that Stephen King is just like, yeah, everyone's gonna get this.
Everyone's going to understand that.
I bet people understand this reference.
Yeah.
They did it in Heat.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't know. Like, it's the same thing. It's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna use this kind of trope again, right? Like, and it's a hot day. Ooh, it's hot.
Oh,
you
it's
can
so
see
hot.
It's a
how
summer
hot
movie
it is.
for
It's
sure.
a summer movie, and like, And the idea of, here's the thing, you talked about like, this is not my Emilio. So he said, you said it's like not my Emilio. I'll go on record and say anytime I get Emilio with a Southern accent, I'm out.
Really? Okay.
It's like I just don't need it that way.
You didn't
know
like
what I mean?
him as what's his name in Young Guns?
Young Guns. It was
sort of
a
is the
little
same
rough.
guy. Yeah.
Kind of the same. It's the same voice. It's the same accent he's doing. He's like, I can't even think of some of his lines because they're just all covered in coke. I don't know. It's just, well, come on, guys. We gotta get on with it. I just don't buy it.
Yeah.
It's really hard to buy Emilio Estevez with this accent.
I
If he
agree.
was normal, if he had just his regular voice, I probably would have been a lot more on board with him.
And why does he look terrible?
I think he looks good.
No, like his eyes. Like he looks
okay.
like he's sleep deprived or messed up on some substances, or he just looks eyeball wise like they're red.
Yeah.
They're just like he's seen some hard times recently.
Yeah, he's seen some white lines.
He's seen some white lines.
You know what I
bro.
mean?
I know what you mean, man.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw something that Stephen King even said. He's like, I didn't like pay attention to much of like the character building in this. Like, I didn't really want to do that with this. I just wanted to focus on more of like just keeping the movie going
It does it.
and just showing you action stuff and like cool shit to see, like the character stuff. He's like, we'll just put it in the background. And he even describes this movie himself as like a silly. It's supposed to be this way.
You're not supposed to necessarily care about these people.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't spend any time at all being like, well, this is why Emilio got framed for going to the slammer, and this is why he's trying to get on the straight. And it's like, it doesn't matter.
Trying to straighten it
could
out so
maybe-
he can see his daughter.
Yeah.
Could
But his
maybe-
daughter's, we got to get on the sailboat to go see his daughter.
It could maybe sound like that's a cop out too.
Yeah.
Like him just like defending his own thing. We're like, well, if people think it's bad, it's because, I meant it to be that way.
Very true.
I do think it is a bit. I hate the fact that he's like, it's a moron movie. I never drive. It's like, dude, you did it. So
No,
just
he says that too. He's like,
Yeah.
but it is my picture.
okay, good. I want him to at least be like, I did it. And dude,
Yeah.
people like it.
Yeah.
It was fun. Like
He-
just
yeah.
have fun with it.
He compares. He's like, I made another version of Plan 9 from Outer Space, which is just like Ed
Yeah.
Wood movie that's supposed to be like the worst movie of all time. And it's like, but people know that movie because they watch it all the fucking time because it's fun.
Right.
So-
Right.
Yeah.
Well, for the TikTok, we at least need to tell people that. Did you know that in Maximum Overdrive, the guy in the video arcade is Giancarlo Esposito from Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul era?
Oh,
Doesn't look,
Gus
he's so
Fring
young.
himself.
Gus Fring, he looks so young in this.
He does. They it's covered
One of
up
his first
really
roles.
well. Yeah, it's pretty wild. And what just a funny thing. I know we're just showing like random things that are kind of happening, but he's just in an arcade where there's like the cigarettes and like some video games going on. It's like he's just piling cigarettes into his shirt,
into his hat.
and coins, and like it's just like obnoxious.
It is, yes.
I don't know. And then his death is maybe the most like eccentric of them all. Of
Yeah.
like getting electrocuted.
Ouch.
What? Like I just don't like. Doesn't that mean like the video game would essentially fry itself then too? But again,
you're thinking
why am
way
I
too hard.
overthinking it?
You're thinking way too hard.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
So scene 2, machines continue to claim victims. An electric knife attacks a waitress, a soda machine kills a Little League coach, and a steamroller runs over a young player. Deke, a boy at the game, escapes on his bike after realizing the machines are operating without drivers. Brett, a hitchhiker, forces her sleazy ride to stop at the Dixie Boy. Newlyweds Kurt and Connie encounter a hostile tow truck and barely escape, eventually heading for the truck stop as well.
And so the electric knife, like the turkey carving knife,
Yeah.
they were having turkey.
Not
I know.
sure why you need that there or why it just hangs out there.
It's when it's when somebody orders the prime rib.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was gonna be prime rib that night.
Prime rib night.
And you can get in there and get yourself a prime rib dinner for $8.99.
$8.99, you say?
$8.95, yeah. So you jump on in. That's why they had it out, and they were it was getting all cleaned up. and
I
stuff,
see.
yeah.
I see.
Yep.
I wish I lived
Sounds
by
good.
baseball fields where like Little League stuff happens.
Yeah.
And man, I'll tell you what, there's nothing more annoying than like trying to ride my bike on the trail to get there. And there's just families just like crowding the sidewalk and kids are being stupid. And like you can hear them from a house going, Declan, ride! and then like, Hunter, do something good. Like, I wish that this would happen at my local field. It'd be awesome if people just started getting killed by a soda machine, bro.
Anytime you're walking there, it's like, I wish I could just chuck a full can of Mountain Dew at that bitch's head.
Right at their heads, dude.
Damn.
And then this movie like basically made it. But I do like to agree that if I had seen this, it would be worse. But as a kid, I did also think soda machines would be a more scary thing to happen to me in life. It was kind of intense. Like, I don't want to put my hand in there.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
this really took it to the next level, though.
Yeah.
Imagine like not getting one and then like you like
Let me
stick
get
your
it.
hand in there and like, it takes it. Yeah.
It takes your hand
And turns your blood into soda.
and then put your hand on the menu.
Yes.
Do you want a hand?
It's just,
I wouldn't
give me a hand.
be surprised if this movie did that.
It's pretty fucking awesome though when this machine starts spitting out Coke cans and then that kid gets run over by the steamroller. Are you kidding me, Sean?
Damn, dude.
This is awesome.
I mean, like, even
I can't believe they're doing this.
I
in
know,
the movie.
it's awesome. it's so sick. Like the coach at first, like they show him dead. Apparently,
Yep.
The fucking gaping wound on that dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that thing caught him square.
Yeah.
Also,
and I think it was the bottom end of the can.
Yes,
you know what
it's
I mean?
the bottom. That's the hard end.
Like
yep.
it just.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you catch that when they did win? He like looked kind of dejected. The coach did, like he didn't want to have to buy soda. Fuck. So then he goes over. He goes, "Time for soda. Who wants soda?" And he only puts like 50 cents in. So
I'm buying.
Is he buying one soda for everybody to share?
One soda at a time. Mike.
Okay.
You don't
You
want to
guys
put too
bring
much
your
money in
thimbles?
because then it'll eat your money.
Oh, you're right.
You know, you don't want to do that.
And even the way the kids, that shot of the kids standing behind him is just
Yeah.
weird and just feels out of place that they're all just kind of like, as if they have to run at any moment. Like he forgot to get the shot of them walking up to congregate. So he just used the shot right before they started throwing cans
Yeah.
at the kids.
Yes.
It's so good, dude.
I mean, even you get the king staple of the religious guy who is a creep. We get our female protagonist introduced here, and she's riding with the pervert. But he's, notorious in his stories and in his movies and everything that he does that he's got a big problem with religion, or like the institution of religion. I would say, but yeah, it's fun to see those kind of tropes that he has throughout his writing.
Yeah.
In this movie.
Yeah, he kind of just like throws them in, and this is again where it's like, he'll kind of keep introducing characters, and again that we don't care about. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm going to introduce more characters. Why? We could just literally settle it in right here.
It is interesting how you get, her name's Brett.
Yeah.
And how you just don't care. She never becomes like
Yeah.
we're rooting for you. She's just like,
She's just kind of there.
everybody's just sort of there.
you know.
And even the religious guy who's a Bible salesman,
Yeah.
and it's just for padding to kill people.
Yeah, we need another guy that you don't like that will get killed.
And we obviously don't like him because he's feeling up a chick and being
to
a creep.
be fair, she was like kind of sitting in the middle seat though.
Oh yeah, if you get close to someone, you're
I mean, you got to like stay on your side.
Yeah.
The act of you coming closer to me is like, well, she wants me.
Yeah.
Like if there's a random chick in a movie theater and the armrest is not down, like
Yeah.
she wants it.
It's totally
exactly.
what?
And then you
it's
gotta
the 80s, dude.
I mean,
I'm speaking from the 80s
from the
perspective.
80s, okay?
Yeah,
Not
no, I
now,
get it.
bro.
I know.
People in the theater were like, she deserved
I mean,
that.
come on, man. Did you see what she was wearing? That hat?
And that suit.
Actually, no.
I mean, that full coverage suit? I mean, she wants it.
Stephen King wanted that. Like,
Yeah.
He wanted her character to be like that. And then Dina was like, no. If the chick's in it, she got to be wearing no clothes. Okay. So when she's changing, that's why they added that.
The foot scene.
Yes. And to like show her change and like to get her in a tank top and some shorts. Because you have to
I
want to
get the stink off of me from the religious man with his hands all over. Now he's
Well,
dead.
I mean, to be fair, she did come in dressed looking like a hobo in a 1910 movie.
It's true.
Silent movie. Just like...
like the ridges on the suit are showing,
Yeah, like the elbow patches
Yes.
and like the knees are
A lot
busted
going
out.
on, man.
It's just like, man, I'm turned on by this. I'm a Bible salesman.
What about Yardley Smith? I know she's famous for being Lisa Simpson, or she's
Is it
Lisa
Bart
Simpson.
Simpson?
Lisa.
She thinks she's
It is
Lisa.
It's Lisa Simpson?
Yeah, and she was. I guess this is probably the second movie she's been in because she was in Curse of Billie Jean.
Yeah, Legend of Billie Jean.
Legend of Billie Jean. I always just find her to be so comically sounding and looking that it sort of takes me out when she's in a movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's just a little too much.
Putter got her period. Go back to Legend of Billie Jean.
It's a good one.
Yeah, man, like her scream. Holy shit!
It's intense.
It's just too much, man. It's just
It's.
And she might have the most lines in this movie because she just talks so much.
Yeah.
She may say the most.
Curtis, I'm not being a widow on my wedding night. Curtis!
Yeah, these guys, the introduction of them, what is it, Kurt and Connie? I mean, like, I guess we need a little bit more of a perspective of what's happening out on the road. And I think we see our first truck attack basically with these guys. But again, you don't necessarily care about these people.
Yeah, you just see their journey on their way to the Dixie Boy. I think it's
Dixie
what it's called.
Boy, yeah.
And which I do like. I do like, kind of seeing the outskirts of where the movie's more going to take place.
Yeah, is this happening
and
elsewhere?
how people get there. It's like Dawn of the Dead-ish, like that kind of vagrant. Oh, come in. We'll be survivors together, and we'll get to know each other, even though we don't. But he says even too. Curtis is like, or she's like, are we there soon? Or are we at a gas station? She's like, good, because I gotta go to laser room. He's like, can I watch? The fuck?
That's a fucking really weird comment, bro.
Even just married.
Yeah.
Like I can say
They haven't done it yet.
Oh, true. Yeah. They're on their way.
They're on their way to do it.
Yeah.
That's why they're so antsy. And that's why she's so upset. She's just like,
she's like,
we haven't done it yet.
you're gonna die. You haven't given me your seed.
Your seeds.
I need it.
Curtis, your seeds.
Did you say seeds plural? Okay. I like to refer to it as a singular, like a mass, but I like the multiple seeds.
Your
Multiple
pool
seeds.
of seed.
Your
Seed.
Oh my god, there was a moment that happened that I'm so used to watching TV series that if this were a modern day series, I found the end of episode 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we've been seeing and we don't even know what's happening, and there's these crazy things, and then we need to fall in love with a couple characters and leave a cliffhanger a little bit. It's where he goes, "My name's Bill." She goes, "My name's Brett," and a song starts playing, and it fades out. That is the end of episode 1.
Yeah.
Because we've just seen crazy shit, and now we know our two main characters, and you're gonna hit play on episode 2.
It's the trope that makes me irk a little bit, like in Great Outdoors when Buck and the girl.
Yeah.
Whenever they get together, it's the song.
The song happens.
And like the slow blues happens, and even in this, it's like whenever Bill and Brett are together, it's just like that slow AC/DC, Angus Young, Malcolm Young blues going on, and like the first thing she says to him is like, "You got a kid."
I don't.
What?
I am,
never
huh?
happened.
Well, not that cute. It's like, well, make up your fucking mind.
Yeah.
How about you quit playing games with me?
You want me or not?
Yeah.
Like we said it in last week's episode or something, or no, we just said a little bit ago, I think.
Yeah.
That or no, I think it was last week's episode.
Where if a woman comes right up to you and it's like, "I love you, you're cute, let's go
if
somewhere."
she wants to fuck right then and there, there's a
problem.
Siren.
Yeah.
Boom.
She
Oh,
is.
she's a siren.
That's how she hailed down the Bible salesman.
Yep.
She's working with the invisible aliens.
Fuck, dude.
It's Zret.
It's Zret, not Brett.
Nope.
Oh my god.
There's a couple cool fan theories out there. One is pretty obvious that this is the prequel to Cars, which is I'm not even going to go into it. It's pretty awesome. The machines eventually took over.
Yes.
Well, that's why I let Harrison watch this movie.
Yeah. It's a prequel to Cars.
It's like Cars.
We got to complete the series.
But my favorite one, I didn't see much on it, so we might need to flesh it out, is that Duel is a prequel to Maximum Overdrive.
Okay.
Like, what if the aliens
Test
sent
run?
one machine down to see to learn how to operate the truck?
Predator style.
Predator, this alien's going to go down, learn how to operate the truck, learn how humans respond when you're trying to get them off the road, learn how to kill them, and then report back so that in about a decade or so we can go back down.
Fuck yeah, man. Yeah.
Double feature, Duel into Maximum Overdrive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Into Cars.
I would take
Into
that.
Cars. This is why when we get comments like, "What are you talking about? You're ruining my movies." This is what's fun about it.
This is how fun it is.
This is really that's fun.
Here's the
Duel is a
problem.
prequel to Maximum Overdrive.
We said it here.
Here's the thing, though, is now all I can think of is I feel like the opening song to this now, or maybe closing song is "Life is a highway, I'll ride it all night long."
That'd be the modern day version of this for sure. It definitely would.
We just need to mix that in. Keith Urban gets to redo the soundtrack, not AC/DC. Perfect.
Cool.
So I think this is a scene where the kid is on his own.
So that's coming up in scene 3. You want to do that?
Sure.
All right. So back at the Dixie Boy, one of the trucks kills Duncan as he attempts to leave, and a Bible salesman named Loman is struck and left for dead. Soon the trucks begin circling the diner in a relentless loop, trapping everyone inside. Kurt and Connie arrive, but crash while they enter into the truck stop. Hendershot reveals a stash of military-grade weapons in the basement, which they use to destroy a few trucks. What do you got, Sean?
I'm just grabbing a beer.
Oh, okay. He looked like you were preparing for a skit.
No.
This is one of those things. A skit.
It did, didn't it?
It did. This is one of the things, though. I'll make a mild jump ahead of like the guns. It's just like, really?
You mean the stock of guns in the basement? Yeah.
Yeah. You're just. It's just kind of like. Yeah, we're not going to give any background on the characters, and we're not going to give any background on why these are here.
And the fact that he's got a military stockpile with a bunch of convicts working for him. It's just,
Commissioner Gordon?
Yeah, Commissioner Gordon.
Yep. Yeah, it's just a little strange.
It is.
It's just
but also
out there.
don't just move on.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Just fucking move on,
It's
dude.
I literally thought to myself, like, as I was rewatching this, I was like, wait, when do they get all the machine guns and stuff? Like, oh, there it is. There they are.
They're just there.
They just existed this whole time.
It's as innocuous as why are sprinklers going off on their own.
Yeah.
See? Like, but by the way, what a beautiful shot
It's
of
great.
him riding at the camera and all the sprinklers are going off and he's looking around. But the whole thing where Duncan gets shot with diesel in his eyes now, like clearly the machines are running the pump. So why later on did they have to stand there and do the pumps? The machines are doing the pumps, dude.
I guess they have to take the nozzles and
Oh,
do
no,
it.
no, because all the aliens have now gotten in trucks. They can't get out of the truck.
They don't want to get out of the trucks.
Yeah, they want the air conditioning and stuff in the truck. They
Right.
they don't want to get out and fill it up.
Because on their planet, it's super cold.
It's super
Or
cold.
it's super hot here,
It's
obviously.
way too hot
They
here.
have to be in the AC.
Okay. DC. So the, what? Never, the I just, sorry. All I'm thinking about is invisible aliens, and one of them's watching him play with like the diesel thing, and he's just like, and he just like runs away. And it's like that's all that's happening is he's just like,
It's a great way to view it, isn't it?
got him.
Fuck you, dude.
They start honking horns. Yeah, go! Run, Zyle! Run, Zyle!
You can't even see this. Fuck you.
Oh my god,
I do really like this scene though of the kid on his own
it's
here.
great, man.
Yeah, and seeing all the destruction on the street, and this is where like that scene of the lady out the window scared the fuck out of me. So when that came up, it was like, oh, repressed
Scare.
Yeah, but I do like the little subtle kind of audio touch that King does here because he's riding by someone on the radio or like maybe a car on in the radio, and you're hearing the radio transmission of like what's going on. You're getting our exposition pretty much.
Yeah.
And he's keeping on going. It kind of fades out, and then he gets to the guy with the earphones, and you can hear it come in again. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, get our exposition that way, even though we don't fucking need it, you know?
But then also you start hearing police sirens and you're like, oh shit, is there cops out here? And it's just a cop car toy in a dog's mouth. How did this toy operate and kill a dog?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
It doesn't matter. Stop asking questions.
The lawnmower is actually kind of fucked up because when they were shooting that, it was obviously remote control, and the Stephen King wanted the propeller to stay in.
Why?
The blade to stay in, and because he wanted to see it. I guess he wanted to see it on camera or something like that. But the whole crew was just like, dude, don't.
We don't need. We can add the sound in later, buddy.
We know what a lawnmower does. He's like, no, I'll keep it. And So he kept it in, and as they were filming this, the cinematographer was behind the camera, obviously, and it hit like a piece of wood and went like through the camera lens and into his eye. He lost his eye.
Oh my god.
Lost his eye completely, but he finished the movie.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, so that sucks.
Yeah.
You're a cinematographer who lost one of your eyes on a movie.
Good stuff.
Like
I'd be pissed.
That wasn't our boy though. That was behind the camera. Deacons or
no, not Roger Deakins.
yeah, Roger Deakins. Okay, cool. Good.
Thank God. You need both eyes on that man. The
Roger Peakins.
Peekaboo.
I'm gonna need you to
I'll sit here.
take a beat. All
I'll-
right.
I'll do this.
But him riding down the street is like equal parts like great kind of the exposition build and like kind of again kind of more understanding of what's going on, not just at this diner, which I think is something that's good. I like that, but it seems like so long-winded. But like it kind of gets broken up by these interesting shots, like the one that's behind the lawnmower, that's got all the blood and stuff on it.
Yeah.
You see that truck that crashed into the tried to get Curtis? Like the back, the mud flaps all had blood on it.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Like there's nice little subtle touches like that where you know this truck's already literally run over someone and like splattered up blood.
Yeah.
Like that's a cool touch. That shot with the lawnmower
Right.
too.
And so it's like death has already been here. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
in
It's already been working.
spades.
You just missed them.
You just
They're all
missed it.
now going down to get the trucks,
Yeah. And
except for the ice cream guy.
except for the ice cream guy. He's really stoked on ice cream.
I can't imagine how frightening that was as a child. An ice cream truck,
Right.
That's not driven. That's like gonna kill you.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, just perverting a childhood favorite.
Yeah, I mean, well, and that's kind of what this whole movie is really doing. If you think about it, like the truck, the Goblin truck is a
Yeah.
toy truck,
Kid, on the baseball field, your
like
friends
all
are
these
dying.
things. Yeah, so I mean, it really is playing on, fantastical like childhood, dreamscapes almost, and favorites.
We used to do that so much as kids. Like whenever a car would come down the street, we would hide.
Same. Yeah, we
Dude,
did that too.
and I still do that. Last night I went out to move my truck, and a car came, so I hid behind the car. Like I still do that.
Driving by and they see you like,
Like I saw you go
Drives
behind
by,
the car,
and all you see is Mike just.
no, but we'd like
grown bearded
we'd wear
man
black
doing
and shit and like hide behind bushes when cars come.
Yeah, of course.
And that brought back a great memory watching him hide in those bushes.
yeah,
from the car.
same. Yeah, definitely.
Even did you kind of catch? I don't know if this was on purpose, but when he was in the middle of that street where the ice cream truck comes, it looked like there were balloons coming out of the sewer.
Oh.
There was like a broken kid's bike with blood on it, and then it looked like balloons were starting to come out of the sewer.
I did not notice
Maybe a
that.
nod to
Really?
it. Maybe
Yeah.
like it was grainy enough to where I'm like, what is that? I can't, and it never really
That'd
focused
be
on
cool.
it. But
I'll have to go back and look. That's
Now
maybe
Oh,
just a
look.
little like he does that a lot, doesn't
Oh,
he? Yeah, he kind of nods to the rest of
He's
his
gonna
movies.
Easter egg his own shit for sure.
Got
If
to.
he's in the director's seat with that much coke, I mean, he's gonna
He's
be like,
gonna,
you know what we
okay.
should do?
Get some balloons.
Yeah, go find me some red balloons.
Yeah, do it.
This also, the whole story even reminds me of like a Twilight Zone episode. Like it could be like
Very
a Twilight
much
Zone
so.
episode. Like a lot of his short stories do remind me of that because they're so simple. It's so weird that every like Stephen King story is just like, God damn, why didn't I think of that?
It's just a simple story that was able to be turned into something.
yeah,
bigger,
like Jaws, man. Like it's a killer shark, but I don't know. It just seems like it's inevitable. And
Yeah.
why didn't I think about it?
Yeah.
But like this whole scene reminds me of a specific Twilight Zone episode. The monsters are due on Maple Street. It's one of my favorites. It's just like kind of like a desolate, almost paranoia, like seeping off the screen, just like I guess white picket fence town looking kind of thing. That's what this reminds me
Yeah,
of.
gotcha,
The
yeah.
destruction of that, whatever.
Oh. Yeah, I like we're getting back to the diner now, right?
This is where they find the weapon stash.
Okay, this is
And
where
this
they
is
find
where
it.
bro comes out. Here we go, no, with the bazooka. No, give me one more.
Yeehaw! Shit!
That kind of came out of left field for me when he started bazooka gutting
like
them.
a bazooka just shows up on screen.
I'm also not sure that's how bazookas work. I
don't
don't think
think
you
it
can
is.
just stand behind one and just have one shot. I don't think.
Oh, just like
Yeah, I don't think you
sidearmed?
can just sidearm a bazooka and just have someone 2 feet behind it going, shoot him.
I don't think you can. I
don't
think
know.
you
I
should.
think they're probably a lot
You
bigger and
have to have them
stronger.
on your shoulder. You're saying?
Regardless, I just don't think you can stand behind it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, directly behind it, like Bubba, like what?
Pretty much all of them were standing behind him when he shot
Yeah,
that.
okay.
Yeah, now.
And how do you know it's facing the right way or not?
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's
We
gotta
learned
be
that in True Lies.
this
That's
way
right.
up.
A lot of bazookas lately,
A
guys.
lot of bazookas going on these days.
Finally.
Yeah,
I thought those are going to be bigger deals as a kid.
I
Bigger
did.
problems in my life.
I mean, they should have been.
I thought they were gonna be just an asset in life.
they were
I
just
know.
going to, everyone has a bazooka somewhere.
it's right
Where's
next
mine?
to the bird hunting guns. You
Yeah.
know,
Dad, why don't we have a bazooka?
yeah, you never know.
You never know, Dad.
Shut up.
Shut up, you dumbass.
Ever seen Maximum Overdrive?
These effects do look good though. I do really like, especially like we said it in True Lies. I think too, like the gunshots look great. Even the rockets going wherever look awesome. But like this even too, like the bazooka, like I see a projectile go to that truck and it blows up. Like that's cool as shit, you know?
Yeah.
I like when movies do that rather than just like, oh yeah, he shot the bazooka, so we're just going to imagine the missile and just blow up the truck.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but in the context of that shot, the bazooka did it.
That's great.
I like seeing it. You know?
Yeah.
I want to see it happen.
Yeah, same. I mean, like especially in this, a movie where bazookas shouldn't exist. I want you to at least show me that this bazooka
Make it
exists.
happen, please.
Yeah, exactly.
The guy, the kid's dad, what'd you say his name
Duncan.
was? Duncan. That's maybe the most realistic dude getting smoked by a semi truck
it
I've ever
looks
seen.
insane on
It's
camera.
Disturbing still.
And blood goes right when it
Just
hits him.
everywhere. And it's so quick too. I think that's what's more disturbing about it. So you just don't see the aftermath.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Sean, the one problem I really do have with this movie is that, like, yeah, semis are scary because they're big machines, but like, you can get away from a semi, and you drive a truck.
Yeah.
Now, when they kill Harvey Hendershot or whatever his name is, or no, when they kill the Bible salesman, the fact that it's a backup job,
Yeah.
guys, if you've never driven a trailer or a truck or a semi, one inch off, that whole thing's going to jackknife itself and turn. You can't go at a high rate of speed directly straight backwards enough to hit somebody and fling them into a ditch.
Not to mention, usually what semis have is the beep, 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 beep.
They didn't do it back
Warning of someone's backing up. Look
then.
out.
That was pre OSHA safety
Okay, so
stuff.
they-
you
that
know?
was
This
like-
movie actually was instrumental in getting that approved.
a year
and
later, they got it.
here
A
we
year
go.
later, they
Here
said,
we
"Did
are."
you see Maximum
Oh,
Overdrive?"
Thanks a lot, Stephen King.
Kids are scared.
I just wish they would have chosen to go head first with the Green Goblin on the Bible salesman.
We didn't ever see that.
We
did
never saw a
We
head
saw it at
first
the very
kill.
end. You see it
yeah.
one time at
That's
the very
true,
end.
that's true.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to go fast enough backing up a semi to knock someone into a ditch.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. And,
I mean-
and he could just go, I'm going to get out of the way.
Whoop.
Whoop.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, wow. Were you trying to do that?
Hey, whoa, buddy.
He had to shuffle out of the way quickly, like
Whoops.
in a hurried manner. That's what he had to do. Was
Whoop.
man, it almost got me. Anyways,
Anyway, Bibles?
I'm gonna walk back to the store.
Oh shit. But like I do like the the trucks form a circle pit around the
pretty
Dixie Boy. Like what the fuck, man?
It's slightly laughable, but also kind of frightening.
Yeah.
All at the same time.
It
I
is
don't know how
like
to describe
a
it.
swarm of sharks, basically.
Yeah.
You know, and like in that quick succession, that would probably you could probably try and make a run at it like Connie and
Well,
Kurt
Kurt
do.
and Connie sure didn't do a good job
Yeah.
of it.
Like
Kurt.
man, what a bumbling. Like I do kind of like Kurt as a character because he is like, oh God, buddy, you married her. But also he does have this like arc to him where he becomes sort of like Bill,
Kinda.
like the
He
hero-ish.
Let's be friends.
Yeah, the bumbling. Yeah, it is that. Is like, am I cool now?
You like me?
Yeah.
The more clothing he loses, the cooler he becomes.
Yeah.
Once he gets down to that tank top, it's like he's just like, oh, I'm a guy now.
They're in the tunnel. He's like, Bill, I noticed you're hanging out with that Brett girl. We should double date over to Applebee's later.
Yeah,
You guys ever go out for fritters? Like that'd be great.
Yeah,
you guys and I.
Endless boneless boneless wings and riblets over at Applebee's.
Dude, Presidente margaritas at Chili's right now are only $7.99 on Mondays from 4 to 4:30.
I
Tell
ask
you
for
what.
a double shot every time.
Every time, and they give it to you.
They do.
And they give it to you for free. And I'll tell you what, we could just go have riblets and margaritas till we shit, and that'll be fine.
I think it's a mighty fine idea, Kurt. Let's make it out of this.
Anyway,
first.
let's go get Deke here. In
Can we get out of this shit literally first?
So scene 4, Deke arrives through a sewer pipe, narrowly escaping death. The next morning, a bulldozer and a military vehicle with a mounted machine gun arrive and gun down several people, including Hendershot and Wanda June. The vehicle communicates in Morse code. Humans must pump gas to survive. Bill agrees, and the group works in grueling heat to refuel hundreds of trucks.
I want to say
Real quick,
Go ahead.
sorry,
No,
Sean.
I wanna say.
this is super important. I just feel like your
it's Brian's turn.
character in this movie certainly has coupons to Applebee's. Please continue.
Curtis, continue. He's the one with the coupons.
That's as good as mine.
It's like, you're gonna want to hold on to that one.
But that is the kind of, like, if you ever want to befriend someone who just had their wedding, because they are full of money and gift cards.
True,
and
very
so,
true.
Like, you're
Oh,
good
yeah.
to go. They're going to pay for everything at this point.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like the attempts.
And then ditch them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, you don't want anything to do with them. They're married. Ooh. The attempts at like trying to build this relationship between Brett and Bill, like they're real bad. But like at the same time, this is I think maybe like these scenes are the definition of like this sucks, but it's fun.
Yeah.
You know. Like,
Why am I watching this? I'll just keep watching.
like her acting is not great
Nope.
at all. Like especially when she's like that's what I was doing before every machine in the world went into maximum overdrive. So she said it.
This is my reminder to you guys on the airwaves. I want to go through all the movies we've done and get a tally for how many movies said the title in dialogue.
And wait till our brunch next week. Well, I might have a little fun question.
Wowzers.
Yeah, no, I agree. We should do that. But like she even starts to like kind of cry. So, it's like, would you mind if I put my arm around you if I touched you? Yeah, I would like that. Yeah,
But-
oh,
That's fine.
My favorite part about her, dude, is that this is 1986. There's zero information. There is no internet. There's no radio programs that know anything other than like, I don't know what's going on. And she's just like, you know what? I bet it was the comet. And I bet that the comet's tail has gone through Earth. And I bet that we have 7 more days before the comet's tail is gone. It's like, what the
you're
fuck?
nuts. Yeah, what are you talking about?
Pulling my leg.
I don't see it.
I don't see it.
Let's have some turkey.
Yeah.
Where's that prime rib?
Clean that
back
blood
there?
off, though.
Oh yeah.
It is pretty awesome how they just had to shoehorn that in there, and
Yeah.
it didn't matter.
How long?
It wasn't even like I heard before the radio went off that somebody said. It's just like,
Yeah.
I'm wondering if this is what's going
Now,
on.
I have an interesting theory. Everyone.
Really? Tell us.
Well, I think it's the comet.
What?
And I think there's exactly 7 days, 3 hours, 27 minutes, and 2 seconds.
According to my calculations, the approximate length of tails of comets, and then how long this has already been going on, if you carry the two.
It's the Charlie Day.
Yeah. That's why.
Meanwhile, all like literally the entire movie, all the other extras are just like,
Dude, that would be me, man.
the fuck is she talking
Yep.
about?
But there are 2 types of people in this scenario. There are the Bills who are like,
Yeah.
we're gonna lead this group, and then there are the people that are like, dude, we got about 6 days worth of Miller High Lifes, and there's a kitchen full of food.
All we gotta do is stick it out.
Literally all we need to do. And if we're gonna die, I'm gonna be drunk.
If it were us in this scenario, we would have had, like, you know how they have like the little the breakaway mission to go save like the Bible salesman guy,
Yes,
but then
right
they
here,
find
yeah.
Deke, right? So that's where they're at. But if it were like us and we were trapped in it, our like B-side like mission to get away would be like, we we got to go get out into that truck. There's a shit ton of beer out there.
Hey, did they blow up that truck? Are
Yeah,
they implying that they blew up the beer truck?
Yeah,
Shit.
and you're just like, fuck.
All the aliens had to
Worst case scenario.
do. The aliens didn't even fail to tell them that, like, listen, when you get done pumping, we have payment for you. Like, we're gonna pay you these beers. And
Yeah.
you fucking blew it up.
That's like it's basically inviting your buddies over to help you move. You're like, nobody wants to do it, but hey, there's beer.
Or like Durgan's truck has a bunch of VHS tapes in it or something.
Yeah.
And we're like, we got to get those fucking tapes.
We gotta
dude.
get those fucking tapes.
Their characters are all literally just like the embodiment of going to the Winchester and waiting for all this to blow over.
blow over. It is.
That's what I'd be doing.
And that's a perfect time to say it like now, but I was literally thinking this whole time, like, this is basically Tremors. It's just,
Dude,
like, this movie
oh
is
my
just
God.
Tremors.
Yep.
Like,
Oh my God,
I'm
this
like-
movie's Tremors.
this movie is fucking Tremors, and I'm just like God. And then I thought about it again. I was like, this movie is borderline Shaun of the Dead. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, man, it just keeps like I kept
It's
building.
almost
off
like
it.
it inspired those movies in
Yeah.
a slight way.
Very much so. I mean, you have these massive things that you just, in the long run, you probably cannot escape.
Yes,
You know
you're
what I
gonna
mean?
try, but you probably can't.
Right. And
We
so,
can't get away from electronics, especially even in like today. But in
Yeah.
1986, even you still can't.
yeah.
But that is comical to me, though, that there was this like, well, you were so reliant on technology in cars. And, like, if they redid this movie today, just
Oh,
instantly
God.
everyone would die.
Yeah,
I
just
mean, everyone would just be dead.
If this is real, aliens would go, all right, push the button. Every cell phone will explode with a megaton bomb.
so anyways, that was going on.
The
Engine.
99% of the planet would be dead in 1 second with cell phones.
Yeah.
That's all they would have to
And
do,
he
man.
wrote a novel called Cell where there were killer cell phones.
Well, this was called Trucks, right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Steven.
Steven.
Get it.
what?
We're going to call it Trucks.
Trucks.
Apparently, there was a made-for-TV movie of it like a faithful adaptation called
No
Trucks.
way.
Oh my god.
Never saw it. Kind of want to.
I do want to mention that even if semi-trucks and machines were driving themselves powered by an alien race and they were all trying to kill me, I still would not crawl through a long drain in the middle of the night to get to safety.
That's the long con. That's the long death.
I'm not going
if
through
you have
that.
any open wounds, you're done. Like that's infection 101. That's
I've got
gonna
an
happen.
ingrown toenail that's not going to make it through that.
No.
You know what I mean?
100%.
That's the fucking
We're not
issue
going to
here.
make it through that, dude.
No, like you walked too much the day before and you got a blister on your foot that
And now
happened
you're
to
gonna
go
get in
open,
there?
and now it's gonna get in there.
You're gonna get
You're
sepsis.
fucked.
Well, and they're trying to save the Bible guy. Why couldn't this have been Duncan, his dad?
Why?
Like, why are we risking ourselves to go save this guy?
Yeah, and why is Brett kind of okay with the idea? Like, this is the guy that was like fondling or feeling her up, like in that car.
Yeah, dude.
And it's just like, why?
because they're the good moral characters.
Well, this is what we should be doing. We're man against machine.
No.
So I wrote this, like the Bible salesman jump scare with that one.
With the kid, with Deke,
the
right?
kid. We already knew he was alive, so we saw it coming. Like the Bible salesman,
Yes.
we saw it coming, and he was the device to make the characters get out of the gas station. Right? Why wasn't it? Maybe they saw the kid and tried to get him, and like maybe they saw the kid in the distance and tried to get him. Then the kid stumbled on the Bible salesman, making that scare 10
Yes.
times more effective.
Yes.
Correct.
Like we thought he was
We
dead
knew
this
he
whole
was
time.
alive, but then he's dead. But now he's alive. But my question is he possessed somehow by
Yeah,
aliens?
Dude, it's King. It's like he's making this like religious kind of statement all the time, like in the mist, like the crazy
Right.
lady who's just like all whacked out. Like they're more evil than like people who don't believe in or like don't believe in religion.
it made me think that it,
It was so weird.
that him like being alive or like grabbing the kid. It was just his imagination.
Oh.
You know,
Which
That's
would
what-
have been
that's what I
cooler, but
thought.
again, they already showed us that they already let us know he was alive.
yeah.
Well, they did, but maybe he died in that time, and
Okay.
that's the way I felt about it.
Okay.
Like, okay, yeah, he was like alive or something, but then the kid gets there and he's clearly dead because his eyes are open, he's glazed over.
Yeah, that's
he gets
true.
there and the guy is dead. But then he like pops back up, and to me, it was like his imagination. Because then Emilio Estevez, Bill is like, is literally yelling at him, saying like he's dead. It's okay. He's fine. It's
he does take a beat too to like when he's like, Bill, help me.
Yeah,
like Bill does take a beat. He's like, the hell, what from?
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah, I could see that too.
Yeah. So that's the way I took it, but I don't know.
This movie has some of the best swearing, like the best uses of swear words in it. You notice that? Like sometimes it feels weirdly when someone delivers a swear word weird. You're like, that's not how you would say that.
Stephen King has a knack for this, I feel
Does
like.
he?
I feel like he
Meteor
likes,
shit.
Yeah. he just kind of has this way of like mixing in swear words to just be like, for some reason it feels okay because it's Stephen King, even though I know he's
they say it weird, right? Like I wrote down a few like one of the you got to be one of the biggest fuckheads I ever met in my life. Nobody says fuckhead really, and then like you unbelievable shithead, or when the guy in the green shirt comes out, he goes, "What the fuck is going on here?" Like,
yeah.
I don't know why he said that. It's almost like didn't know that people were there.
It's so shoehorned, but at the same time, for some odd reason, it's just like there's some impact behind it that makes it worthwhile.
It made me giggle every time. I was like, "Yeah, you hit fucking."
And that's the thing about him.
It's because there's little to no. Well, I'll just say no characterization in anybody in this movie.
Okay.
I'll say little to no. Because what's his name? Hingle.
Pat Hingle.
He took a little time on him because he does a lot of the swears stuff. Like I think he really liked writing for that character. But it is like when you read a story like this, like a short story by Stephen King, the characters don't really matter.
Right.
But the character comes from how they speak. And
Yes.
I think that's what he's kind of focusing on more, and like saying like, oh, well, it's a little outlandish. So like that's how the characters will stand out a little bit more. That's what it feels like.
It's
to me.
interesting. Okay, that's a good way to put it.
Like Wanda June's freak out like really makes her stand out. Like that's got to be peak. This has to be peak moment in the movie, right?
We made you. Her stiff.
Dude, she looks like Dot Matrix from Spaceballs out there, just like
It's so bad, but like I almost like Wanda better than anybody else in that.
I like
in
her
that
a lot.
place. And I feel kind of bad that she listened to too much like weird podcasts about this stuff happening. So this was like her moment that triggered her and sent her off the weird deep end kind of a thing. Like that's what Wanda June feels like to me.
Yeah, I like her, and I like even speaking of more about her and I guess the characters overall is like the hangout before the M60 arrived, the Killdozer and the M60 arrived. They're just hanging out at night, drinking, playing cards. Like the Connie and Kurt, he's fingering Connie. It's kind of fun.
It's super fun.
having a good time.
Just having a great time. But it's that respite moment that I like in these movies where we get to like hang out with our characters a little bit. Ride On, a song by AC/DC, is one of my favorite songs ever. And I don't know, like it's so quick though, and it could be, and that's the definition of like he's not concerned with any of this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I got to give you a little bit.
Yeah, this is where we could have like in the TV show. This would have been an entire episode.
Oh,
just
this
like
would have been the filler. Like, let's
going
learn about your
booth
backstory.
to booth and like having an entire monologue from everybody.
God, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
No,
I'm there
that's-
for it.
I kind of am too.
Episode 3 or 4. That
Yeah.
give me at least 2 really good ones,
Yeah,
and then draw me in.
This is I like this. I just like the vibe. But yeah,
It feels safe when they're looking out the window and he's telling her, like,
Yes.
well, I think we'll get on a sailboat. Like, it feels like they're safe.
Yeah.
There's the green glow and the trucks are just out there.
maybe kind of beautiful if the
Yeah.
lighting was cooler. You know, like even when they sleep together, he's like, or she says, maybe tomorrow will be our world again.
Maybe I would again.
Was it ever? Whoa, dude! Think about it, man.
Think about it.
Think
Never
about it.
mind,
We're tied to the system constantly, bro.
Dude,
We're always being listened to. All right,
just think
Brian?
about it. Just think about it,
man. Fuck.
Oh my God, just like put your phone down. Think about it.
Have
for
you
a second.
ever even thought about it?
Jesus.
Nobody's thought about it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the whole thing, the whole thing of like Deke, he comes back, and then Pat Hingle, like, he's my punchable face. I think I might have to go
Yeah,
ahead
get
and
out
do
of
that.
that?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Have
I think
to do
we could
that.
all agree on
We
that.
can all
Yeah,
agree on
I'm
that,
sure.
right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, and it's this moment in particular where Deke is like, "Hey, like, is my dad okay? Like, where's my dad?" And the guy's just like, "Yeah, one of them big ones caught him over pretty good. Tough break, kid." It's like, fuck you, God, you are the
know.
worst
Yeah.
human on earth. Like, you're just telling this kid like his dad's just like a stain out there. You're like, bro, it's everybody. This is the moment where it's like there should have been a man against man scenario in this movie, and this should have been it. That's what I think.
No time to waste, though, real.
I get it, but
this movie's like, let's go.
It's just
we need to get this over.
It's
with.
one of those things of like it could have been one of those moments of like, you know,
and the
real
aliens
close
go,
to where they like somebody's even got a gun up under his head and stuff, and then like something happens outside and they get distracted. You know,
this was a tough thing for me. This whole where they decide to start, and first of all, there's a really cool shot of that gun barrel on Emilio.
Yeah.
That's a great shot,
Pretty
dude.
cool.
But this fact of the matter of like apparently how hard it is to pump gas and how it like makes you so tired and blisters on your hands. Like, dude, this was like I was in, guys. I was like, this might be the greatest movie ever made. And then I went, what the fuck is the matter with you?
Yeah.
You're trying to make me feel sorry for people that I can't feel sorry for.
This is the big face-off for our movie Maximum Overdrive. This is the man versus machine that like the whole movie has been building to. Is like,
here we go, dude.
We're finally facing off, okay? Like mano y mano, pumping gas,
and pretending like they're drugs.
Yeah.
And saying you got the best, and you're going to feed it in the main vein. Get ready for the main vein.
Almost completely uncut.
Fuck you. And then they're like, they're trying to portray that maybe it's too hot out, which is why they're so tired.
Yeah.
But they're not doing anything. And then they're also like, look at my hands. Look at my hands. When in reality, they're not. You don't have to sit there and hold the thing.
All you got to do is just like push the little trigger flip thing down, you know.
And then you sit there and you take out your hanky and you're like,
you're kind of chill. You just kind of like
just find a little shade.
You could even drink water.
Yeah.
While it's happening.
They'd probably be okay with you going, hey man, it's going to take about 20 minutes to fill this up. I'm going to go grab a water and a piss, and Trunk's going to go.
Yep.
2 for yes, 1 for no, and like we're like, we already established that. I'm good. Be right back, bro.
See?
Like, this is pretty bad, guys.
This is crazy.
This is the craziest part of Maximum Overdrive is how difficult pumping gas is.
At first, I didn't see really the cocaine fueledness. I was like, this is crazy, and now I'm like, oh, you guys were fucked up.
But what sounds like the worst thing to do if you're like whipped on coke is like standing around pumping gas.
Manual labor.
Terrifying.
This is the worst.
Well, let's do the last scene here. So eventually he destroys the military vehicle with a grenade, and the group begins planning their escape. At night, the survivors sneak out through a drainage pipe. As they flee, the trucks destroy the Dixie Boy in a fiery explosion. The group makes their way to a marina, dodging rogue machines along the way. There, Bill blows up the Happy Toys truck with a rocket launcher as it kills another scavenger. They board a sailboat and escape towards an island with no machines.
Also, it shows Brett filling up a fuel truck.
Yeah. And then they're like, we're out of gas. And then they're like, well, that's what this fuel truck's for.
So your fuel truck. So you can keep going. You don't have to be here.
Yeah. I mean,
well, there's not a direct line from the gas. Is there? Wait, hold on a second. This would be I'm patenting this right now. So if you're a gas company, and let's say you're a Quick Star, you make your gas trucks to where the actual like fuel line comes from your tank, from your giant tank, to where you never have to stop and fill up.
Boom.
I don't think that happens.
Well, I don't think you can do that.
No, we're gonna do it.
No, you can't do that, Mike.
Why?
It's like,
well, because they expect a certain amount delivered to each place.
Well, but we measure it when we put it in.
Well,
it's like like you know, in a weird world where B-2 bombers would have to like get refueled in midair if they're at, like on a 30-hour trip.
It's
or
the
something
same
like
thing.
That. It's kind of like that.
Huh?
We have to.
Well, I never thought of it that way, Sean.
Well, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you never have.
Well, you know what else? You know what else you never thought of was brooms. Brooms. Yeah, you know, like the way I figure it is, the brooms. The aliens they're cleaning. Like imagine that imagine you're taking over the.
Let them go.
And then you know you clean and you need the broom, and that's what they're doing. I was just like, this whole like leading from the gas thing to this broom speech. I was like, what the fuck are we
Think
doing?
about it, man. Think about
Think
it.
about it. Where's the broom?
Dude,
I
think
couldn't do it.
My
Sean.
only note was like, what the fuck is he? I have no idea.
It's heat exhaustion. He doesn't know what he's talking about, man. Get it? They're the brooms.
We're the dust, and
They're getting rid of. Think about it.
think about it.
Won't you think about
Think
it?
about it, man. We're the aliens.
We're the aliens. This movie rules, dude.
It's on it, dude.
Every time I want to hate it, I'm just like, pretty good.
Fuck.
I mean, like people are getting shot up by M60s with no electronics.
It's pretty fun. Yeah. Yeah, like that doesn't, that's a motor, I guess. And then like,
It's gas fueled. I thought like those things are gas.
It's a gas-powered rifle. I don't know.
then wouldn't all the bazookas in the basement be able to fire off? Like, what are we
why,
doing here?
Yeah, like why can't all the other
Wouldn't
guns?
every other
Why can't all the other guns?
They're all
work?
facing straight up and they could just unleash on everybody upstairs.
No.
But they need them to pump the gas.
Only
Emilio
one
Estevez
gun.
acts with a truck in this movie.
He does.
It's just
He does. Brian has.
Brian has something to say.
Apparently, many states had those little clippies banned because of fire hazards on them.
But not in this movie, bro. It like you see him earlier on, he clicks it.
Delete that comment.
no. There's just
No,
no
it's
logic
in
in
there,
here.
There's no logic here. You are correct.
It's all valid. It's all valid.
I mean, at least there's Hell's Bells during the fuel scene too. Like that, we get that. But this escape too. So like they're doing the circle pit again.
Back into the circle pit.
Back in the circle pit.
Can I get
and-
some more circle pit in my monitor, please? Thank you.
Oh, sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Yep, that's great.
The escape, I guess. Were they like they're going to the marina?
Yes, this is a bright idea to go
Yeah.
to the marina. Yep.
By the
like
way,
Dawn of
the
the Dead.
marina is a gas station for boats.
Also, every other
So-
boat in the marina has an engine.
Right.
And when they get into the open water, by the way, all sailboats pretty much have engines of that size. So there is an engine on that. Then they get to the open water, and all of a sudden, all the other boats in the world with engines are going to be out there doing the same circle pits that the semis were doing.
Now you literally have turned it into a shark game.
$10 says there's something with batteries on that boat too.
Yep, super weird.
Maybe there's submarines.
Oh
Underwater.
my God, there's totally submarines, dude.
With
These guys are
bombs.
fucked.
Yeah.
Like this is not a great plan.
No,
And
it's-
we're going to the perfect island that could ever exist in this exact situation.
I know
Call
for a
it Haven.
fact that not one thing mechanical or motorized is on this island.
They don't allow it.
They don't allow it.
Isn't that convenient?
How convenient for us
It's pretty great.
as
huh?
individuals. We're the only one who know about this, by the
it's
way.
probably even more convenient
And,
that anyone knows how to sail a boat in
Yeah.
this crew of people.
Whose boat is this? Did they say?
No, he just like, I've been eyeing it. I've been wanting to take it.
Oh.
He goes, that's the one I was thinking.
Ooh, there it is.
I was thinking about stealing it.
Oh, yeah.
You do realize, I'm just a little bit of sailboat mechanics here, that most boats have motors on them because to then get out of the slip
Yeah.
in where they're surrounded by calm and there's no wind and you can't sail in a certain direction, you need a little bit of power to get yourself get out into the main water there.
It's like the Ace Ventura does.
The
Little
fan.
fan.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking awesome, guys. And like, I would love to have seen more though of. Oh, actually, sorry, I was going to tell you that the original scripted ending. Did you read that? It had the Dixie Boy survivors dealing with one last obstacle before escaping. It was a machine gun mounted to a Coast Guard boat. And there was also to be one last shot of the city of Wilmington, like they look back and it's being destroyed. But like, I like that better because that's really what would happen.
A Coast Guard shooting at him.
The Coast Guard boat shows up with
one-
with a mounted machine gun.
One last final boss. Because, yeah, I guess even like the Green Goblin truck was a little anticlimactic.
It didn't do anything, buddy. I thought it was going to be crazy
Because like the guy that's with them just decides to start stealing stuff.
because that's
Yeah.
going to be valuable.
He just he starts stealing, like he finds
Yeah,
the
we
most
don't even- who is this
obnoxious
guy?
diamond ring, and this guy.
I've never even seen this guy in the movie.
He's been on screen for a total of about 27 seconds, and now he's stealing stuff. We got one guy who dies. Bill blows this thing up with the rocket launcher. Very anticlimactic. Zeke apparently feels some sort of vengeance has been rectified by shooting up a drive-through sign with his machine gun. I don't want this anymore.
So dope.
It's like, okay.
I'd be like, no, I just felt the power of a machine gun. I want this.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this to every other machine.
I don't want this
Hello,
anymore.
it's like having
Why?
two cocks.
They also killed the wrong thing. They're thinking about it wrong. They killed the board, the video board, when in reality the alien was inside the burger place going, humans. He was
With a
on
little
the
visor on,
yeah,
and a little
he was-
apron.
Yeah,
Yep.
so that guy's still alive. You didn't even kill him.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments, though, too, is like also another like very unrealistic moment was Zeke when he goes in to tell Bill like, hey, something's going on out there. And Bill and Brett are in bed, and like there's all those nudie things
Yeah.
up there, just muff after muff.
Pure muff.
And then like so the most unrealistic thing is that
Is that Deke follows him out?
Deke goes in and follows him out or goes in and it's just like, Bill, you gotta come out.
They
Outside.
need you outside, both of you, right now.
You guys should.
You guys got
You guys should go.
you guys should go out of here. You guys should get out of here, guys. You should get out of here. Go out there. There's something crazy.
Are you
happening
coming?
out
Are you
there.
are you going to come with
Yeah,
us?
I am. Not with you,
I'm
but-
gonna come. But
I'll wash your stuff.
I'll come and then I'll be there in a second.
Wait, what?
Okay.
What's that?
I'll be there. I'll come in a second.
Okay.
Yes, you will.
You're acting weird.
I already did. Never mind. We're good. We're good.
Hey, buddy. So did we. Well, I did. She didn't. I did.
She definitely
I
did
did.
not.
You even make love like a hero.
Do you? But even this ending, like they could have given us more. The fact that they're telling us that a Russian satellite shot a nuclear weapon at a UFO and destroyed it, but then that there's still 7 more days of like, but you killed what was the aliens were the ones doing the stuff in the comet, right? But you killed the aliens, but we're still surviving 7 more days in the comet.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What caused it?
Yeah,
was
so
it
what
the comet or
is
was
it
it
the
a
comet?
UFO?
Is it the UFO? What's going on here?
It's
And they
ve-
could have given us something.
Very convoluted, this whole like wrap up thing. And it's like every decision made in the movie, obviously, like it was just done with this amount of coke. But then like writing that as like our final like thing, like this sums it all up. Okay. It was like every other scene was this scene was it's still not coming to me.
Oh, I get it. I know what the final line should be.
What?
The survivors of Dixie Boy are survivors.
Still.
Oh, it's perfect.
It's perfect.
Like anything, even give me horrible 80s animation of seeing a UFO exploding in deep space and like shit raining down or something, or I just give me something more at the end here.
Yeah.
I really wanted it.
But it's hard to be a terrible movie when you end with "You Shook Me All Night Long."
Oh yeah, I wasn't.
It's
I wasn't
great.
fully mad.
It's great. Did it deserve it? Not at all.
No, but we got
But
it,
we got it.
It just
and that's going to be a 0.2 on my scale more than it would have been. Like,
There
that's
you go.
automatic.
that's what I'm saying.
Well, anything else you want to talk about with Maximum Overdrives, my friends?
No.
So yes, but we'll be done.
Well, then I'm going to go right to you, Sean. We need a modern day rating from you, buddy. What do you think about this movie? Going through the Confused Breakfast
Yep.
Got you. Yeah, no, I'll take it over. This
Let me get that for you.
this movie is super dumb. I like, man, this is like the perfect. Like I said, I've said it before, but I love like car movies or like, like shit like Duel or Crazy Mary Larry. I still can't think of the title.
Yeardley?
Yeah.
Okay.
The cast is nothing to write home about. Emilio Estevez is kind of just walking his way through this. None of this really matters. It's all about just seeing explosions and cool shit happen. And the fact that this movie exists, that there is a movie directed by Stephen King, and it's this movie, makes me so happy. I will sing the praises of this, and probably this will be a rewatch almost every year when it turns to summertime like this. Super happy that this movie is it just exists. I'm gonna 7.2.
7.2 for Sean. AJ, what about you, buddy?
Oh man.
man.
This is a tough one. Only because the objective view on what this movie is like everyone, even its director who wrote it and then even was the first person we saw on screen, is aware of what this movie is. It's not supposed to be a good movie. I truly believe that. I really believe it's not supposed to be like some sort of blockbuster, like, oh man, this is the movie of movies. It was going to be the movie of movies.
He wasn't
and then it
making
flopped.
his horror movie that was like, oh, it's going to be talked about with like The Shining or Rosemary's Baby. He's like, no, it's just, people watch this and throw it away.
Yeah. And so, and the reason I think it's interesting is because I think it gives more insight into sometimes like the writing of Stephen King, in that his writing is a joke in horror almost, or it's horror in jokes, if you will. He thinks horror is funny. Am I wrong in that?
No, I think so.
Yeah, I think
I
that's a good
don't
call.
think so. Sorry. Yeah.
And
I think you're right.
I that's how I feel, and like, so it gives that nice insight for somebody who doesn't like read Stephen King novels and doesn't seek out his like source material, or the movies that have his source material. So it's a nice little like insight into that. The characters are like really hard to even like follow along with, even Emilio Estevez in this. And to be completely honest, when I first like turned this back on, I literally forgot that Emilio Estevez was the lead in this up until it started up. So that all being said, it's a fun premise. Like, the nostalgia is there and everything, but I just, it's not one that, this is a movie night, tchotchke, fun time. We're going to have it on. People are probably going to be talking and yucking it up. Mm-hmm. So that being
this
said,
is not a sit in silence.
No.
movie. Shut up.
Yeah. It's like, dude, wait, you have to see this part.
You got to hear Emilio say this thing.
Wait, this line?
This line.
Wait, he's going to talk about the brooms. Shut up.
This is, dude, this is like on par with like Mikey and the Goonies. Okay.
No, you're right, AJ. It is your friend brings a projector over and you put it up in your backyard.
Yeah.
And you have friends over and drink beer, which we have done.
If Greg
To this
Marcus
movie.
decided to play this at Marcus Theaters, it would be awesome.
There you go. Like,
Greg,
get on it, babe. So that being said, I would honestly, even nowadays, I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna do this blind. I'm gonna do this as a 4.8.
4.8. Normally, dudes, I would just absolutely hate this movie. Like, there's such a fine line between a bad movie and a fun bad movie. That line is so thin. And I got to admit, I went into this going, God damn it, Sean's been talking about this movie for fucking ever. I don't want. Oh, great. This was his first movie he picked. We gave him oh fuck. And I sat down.
Even my like lukewarmness on Oh Brother, I was like, oh fuck, they're gonna hate this.
No, this was my first watch of this was I wanted to talk. I was like, have you seen Maximum Overdrive? I wanted to talk to everybody about this because it was so fun. Second watch, it cracked a little bit for me. I might have given this like a 7.5 after the first watching. Second time, you see the cracks a little bit. It's not as fun as like that first experience of not knowing anything about it. It's just a terrible premise. You don't get to know any of the characters. The love story aspects, like, what are we doing this for?
Absolute throwaway.
Absolute throwaway.
That's where it's like, what are we doing here?
You are strangers.
You didn't need any of this.
Yes. But the fact that it went there, and like the first 30 minutes is just like, whoa. I really did enjoy this. Like, I'm trying to be honest here, but I'm gonna be higher than AJ. I'm gonna be at 5.1. Like, it was
Nice.
It was so much fun, and I will be revisiting this, but with a group of people for sure. So as a group, we are a 5.7. That's gonna take us to, as a modern day rating, All Alone. Let's see. All Alone, definitely out of the bottom 20 for sure. It's probably bottom 30 roughly. That's going to be slightly better than Teen Wolf, Event Horizon, and The Lost Boys, but not as good as TMNT 2, Kindergarten Cop, and Waterworld. It's just in a world right there of some fun movies,
I
man.
like it there.
I like it there
That's
too.
fair.
It feels all right to
Lost
me. You know what I mean?
Boys, I still need some redemption on Lost Boys, but it feels good for now.
Yeah. Well, we hope you enjoyed the episode. Make You Cry July is in full effect. Next week, we are doing Street Fighter, followed by Anaconda. You literally don't want to miss this.
You're going to have to stay tuned in, okay? You're just gonna.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry and I'm not sorry.
And
What do they say? Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Not sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Speaking of aliens, go back last year, Independence Day. We finally hit it on Independence Day. It's a good time. It's a must listen to if it is Independence Day right now for you, which
Yeah.
it probably almost is.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
So thanks to Brian on the controls, Upload Media Group here in Cedar Rapids. Learn more at uploadmediagroup.com and check out our network Cloud 10 at cloud10.fm. That's it for us. Good fucking bye.
Brian brings
Dare
donuts
you.
sometimes.
Brian brings, we call him Brian Bag of Donuts.
That's pretty sick.
Goodbye.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks again for listening, guys. We really appreciate it. Make sure you're checking us out on YouTube here in the studio, hanging out with us live and in person in the studs. Check us out on social media. Search for Confused Breakfast at Confused Breakfast anywhere on social media. And please leave us a review. 5 stars on any platform that you're listening on. Write us a comment on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts. Write us a review. We love to read them.
Go to confusedbreakfast.com as well to see the merch that we have. You can see the shirts. We have new shirts up there. It's awesome. I believe it. You can go to confusedbreakfast.com as well to see the ratings of the movies that we have covered. You can see AJ's ratings. You can see Mike's ratings. And you can see my ratings and the show's ratings overall. Goodbye. I love you.
Thanks to Brian on the controls here at Upload Media Group. Learn more at uploadmediagroup.com and learn more about our network Cloud 10 at cloud10.fm. We love you so much. Go on to the next video.